Events in Cambodia cast a long shadow. In May, the American intervention provoked strong protest demonstrations on a number of American campuses, including Kent State University in Ohio. The National Guard was called out, and the demonstration developed into a running battle. Without warning, and apparently without orders, the guardsmen opened fire. 4 students were killed and 9 injured. The Kent State killings added fresh fuel to the already active protest movement in America. Earlier in the year, there'd been demonstrations against the sentencing of 7 men, the so-called Chicago 7, on charges arising out of the riots during the Democratic Convention in Chicago 2 years before. The defendants' irreverent behavior during the trial tested the American legal system almost to breaking point. In the end, the 7 appealed successfully and are still out on bail. Not all the revolutionaries were men. Towards the end of August, 50,000 American women staged a one-day strike and nationwide demonstrations in support of the women's liberation movement. The feminists want to break the present system, which they say treats women as either housewives or sex objects, and replace it with true equality on all levels. At least one American male agreed with them. One subject which made news throughout the year was pollution. New Yorkers learned about it at first hand when freak weather conditions in July trapped poisonous fumes just above the city. Air pollution's not the only problem, of course. Scientists have for years been warning of the dangers to life if pollution from all sources continues at its present level. In the past, man has acted as if reserves of land, water and air were more or less inexhaustible. More and more frequently, the lesson is coming home that they are not. Earlier this year, 66,000 tons of deadly nerve gas were loaded aboard this ship to be sunk off the coast of Florida. The authorities insisted it was safe, and perhaps it was. But to many people who protested, the disposing of it was a demonstration of precisely how not to solve the pollution problem. And perhaps they were right, too, for it may well be that the world's greatest threat is not man's conflict with himself, but his increasing abuse of his environment. Perhaps this, above all, is the most important lesson to be learned from the turbulent year of 1970.